square roots and cube roots, less than 3 notes. Some formulas. You should be familiar with these formulas. You've seen them before, but we just need to go over them again to remind you of what they are. All right, so before I reveal what these formulas are, I want to take a look at this. Okay, everyone should know how to find the area of a rectangle. Oftentimes it is length times width. Sometimes it's also base times the height, depending on what formula you're using, or depending on the problems, it changes. But length times width, base times height, same idea. Okay, so the area of a rectangle is length times width. Length times width. Well, a square is a rectangle. A square is a special type of rectangle where all the sides are the same. So instead of calling it length and width, we call all of the edges S for the side length. The S is for the side length. So it's the same concept where you take length times width, but in this case you would do side times side. So those are S's, side times side. Well, if you remember, when you have a variable times a variable, that becomes side squared. So the area of a squared is S squared, or side length squared. So let's go back to our formula here. So the area of a squared is S squared. So that S stands for side length. Let's go ahead and write that down. All right, the area of a circle. The formula for the area of a circle contains the irrational number that we've been talking a lot about, which is pi. The area of a circle is pi r squared. And the r stands for the radius. The r stands for the radius. The length of the radius, I should say. All right, volume of a cube. Well, before we look at volume of a cube, I'm going to go back to this paper. Okay, now prisms are three-dimensional. So not only do you have a length and a width, but you also have a height. So to find the volume of a rectangular prism, you take length times width times height. Take length times width times height. Well, a cube, just like a square is a rectangle, a cube is a regular prism. Okay, in this case, a rectangular prism. It's a regular rectangular prism, which means all the sides are the same. So for this cube, instead of saying length, width, and height, we would say side length, and side length. So instead of length times width times height, it'd be side times side times side. Simplify that and you get side length cubed. Simplify it and you get side length cubed. So the formula for the volume of a cube is S cubed. And again, that S stands for the side length. Now I know you've used some, if not all, of these formulas before. Before you may have been given the side length and asked to find the area, or you may have been given the radius and asked to find the area, and so forth, or the side length and asked to find the volume. But in this lesson, we're going to be working backwards. In other words, we are going to be given the area, or we're going to be given the volume, and you're going to either find the side length or the radius. So again, formula for the area of a squared is area equals side squared. Area of a circle is area equals pi r squared. And the volume of a cube is volume equals S cubed. If you have any questions on the formula, let me know.